I found the remote to this 10-year-old camera and the battery in it. I went to replace it, but I didn't have any 2025s. And this freaking 10, 11-year-old battery in here is still working. That's crazy. Anyway, I just felt like I'd share that. Well, what's going on YouTube? This is What Would Josh Do? And this is an exciting video because this is going to be my first proper home backup system for my apartment. Meaning I can power my refrigerator, I can power my chest freezer, my deep freezer. I can power several things with this for quite a while. It's gonna be the largest backup system that I've had to date. And full disclosure, this company did reach out to me and they asked me to check this out and I said sure. So I did not pay for this, but they're not paying me to make this video. So this is an unboxing and we're just gonna try some different things out, see what all it can and can't do. They have an instruction booklet and then we have some additional information here. Looks like this is warranty information. We have the instruction booklet and then we have some goodies right here. Let's see what all we have in here. That's a thick power cable, my gosh. That sucker is thick. We have a very thick XT60 to MC4 connection, that's cool. So you can connect up some solar panels and power this thing using the sun and be completely off grid. Then we have a car adapter to XT60, so you can charge this thing in your car while you're on a road trip or something. And then that's it for that. And then in here we've got the unit. And boy, is it a unit. All right, so on the back we have just some information here, such as like the outputs and the model number and what the AC can do. And then we have some safety listings and the serial number and the UPC of the product. And here it looks like they have different ways to contact them through WhatsApp or email or etc. I still can't believe this freaking remote still works all these years later with the same battery that it came with. On the top it's nice and smooth. It's got these two handles because this thing does weigh quite a bit. On the side, that's where all the good stuff happens. So you got these little doors to connect up an external battery. So you've got 2 ports for extra batteries. That's crazy. We've got some ventilation right here. And then in this door, we have XT60. We have a slow and a fast so we can charge it. And the slow, you can customize it. It says 12 to 60 volts of solar at 25 amps max. And then we have the AC charging, which is 15 amps max. And then we have a button to reset it. And then we have like an Ethernet port for data to communicate with their product. And then on this side, you can clearly see 2 fans that are visible. We have 3 AC outlets and a button to turn those outlets on and off. And then we have this giant 30 amp plug. Now, I don't have a use for that, but one day I may. One day I may. And so that's pretty awesome that I do have that option. And then we have a parallel port for whatever that is. Don't know, but we'll see. And then on the front of the unit here, we have a lot. So we've got the power button to turn it on and off. We got light on and off, so that thing right here. IoT reset. So it looks like it has a Wi-Fi icon there. We've got some USB ports, which are fast charge, and then a slow USB port. We've got a 30 watt and then 2 100 watt PD outputs. And then we've got the 10 amp 12 volt car socket. That's awesome. So you can power like that RV style refrigerator that takes, 100 watts or so, 120 watts. So you can power it using this thing. And then you've got some DC poles if you want to go ahead and connect up a, I've never used any system like that before, but it does have it there as an option. And then you can turn it on and off. And that's about it. On the bottom, it's just these 2 big rubber feet and nothing else. Now we're not done yet, because they also sent us the expandable battery. That's why I was saying this is gonna be my first proper home backup system, because this battery is gonna make it go to almost 4,000 kilowatt hours. So during a power outage, it's gonna be the best tool I have in my arsenal. It's gonna be the thing that keeps my fridge, freezer, and some fans going for quite a while. All right, this also has a goodies box. Let's see what all is in this thing. All right, so it looks like we've got similar stuff. Oh, okay. So we have that port to connect the two batteries to. This is going to be my first system that has expandable options. And so this is exciting to me. All of my options I've had so far are small and you can't expand them. So this is going to be awesome. And that's a thick cable. That is a thick block. And then we have some MC4 to XT60 connections. And that's it. Comes with an instruction booklet and then also some warranty information. Alright. So since it's already here on the back, let's start with the back. On the back we've got some information like the model number and what capacities and stuff. Maybe you can make that out, maybe you can't, I don't know. And then we have some safety listings and some more information there. We have the UPC and then the logo. On the top it's smooth. It's got that QR code for the WhatsApp and to download their app for Android or iOS. On the side we have some ventilation and then we have some more ventilation. And on the front of the unit we have a fast charge, and then two 100-watt PD outputs. So I think that's pretty exciting that this thing on its own can be essentially a DC charging station for products and with a huge battery inside it. That's pretty exciting. All right, so we have the bottom unit, which is the battery only. This unit is the top one. I do not have them connected right now. So this unit is off, which is the main unit, and the battery, it's on and it's separate, like it's solo. And it's currently putting out 200 watts. It is currently charging this unit at 100 watts, while also charging this unit at 100 watts. So it is completely separate. It is not connected. It is operating as a standalone by itself unit, DC only, which is cool. And it's gonna last for almost 10 hours at a 200 watt output, which in 1 hour, this will be fully charged. And in less than 1 hour, this will be charged. And then you have a power button, and then you turn those on and off. We've got XT60. This is exciting because you can have an XT60 going into the actual unit here that has the inverter and everything inside it. And then any extra solar you have, you can put into this thing. So you can have the battery in the main unit charging while this battery is charging. So both are charging separately, independently from each other. And that's 12 to 60 volts at 25 amps max. So you can have a whole lot of solar, and then you have the extra battery port there. All right, so basically this unit, I don't think it matters if it's on top or bottom. I would prefer to have the battery on the bottom, but in the picture it shows the AC unit being on the bottom. So I don't think it makes a difference. No. It's it doesn't like lock in place, so you want to put it in a corner where it's not going to get bumped and knocked over. I think for my preference, I'd rather have my ports in my unit on the top. Who knows? You can have it your way. So there we go. There's the two units together. Let's connect them. All right, so first time doing this. All right, so let's just choose this port right here. All right. Okay, it made a sound. And then we'll choose this other one down here. Then my dog decided to come and join the fun. I have so much trash to throw away now. Alright, we have the AC plug, and now we're going to find the... Oh, so parallel port means you can connect up a second one of these units, I bet. Alright, so right here on this side, we're going to plug in the AC. Alrighty, so we went ahead and registered an account. We're going to add a device. And it found it, so we're gonna click add. It's my first time doing this. I don't know what I'm doing here. So there we go, add. Ports Wi-Fi. Okay, cool. So we are connecting this unit to the Wi-Fi. All right, added it successfully. And it shows the units being charged right now. So we can choose different screens. I'm gonna go ahead and stick with the default first one there. And it says that it joined my network, so that's cool. It says it's charging at 600 watts right now. We have it on slow. So what we can do is go in here and change the charging speed. So we've got 100, no, whoa, we have We have 50 watts all the way to 1800 watts. Wow. I'm gonna say 1200 watts. I heard this thing click. We have a fast charge mode. Device is currently in fast charging state. If you need to reduce it, okay. I heard the fans here on the right kick on. And then time management. We have a scheduled startup, and you can choose the time it starts up and repeat it daily on the week. Oh wow, so many options here. Scheduled shutdown, scheduled charging, scheduled discharge. What? That's pretty cool. You can have this thing kill itself, basically. Obviously, you can't name it. Yeah, we're not gonna go there. Energy saving mode, AC timeout, DC timeout. For AC timeout, only support setting in non-standby mode. DC timeout, never. Screen timeout, you've got 10 seconds to never. I like never. Firmware update, no updates available. We have the latest updates, so this thing can add new features later on. Advanced smart socket, don't know what that is. Current version, device sharing, so I can add my wife or someone else that can control it. And yeah, this lower battery down here says it's charging at 354 watts. It'll take 4.2 hours, and it's at 34%. And this unit, the main one, says it's charging at 1200 watts. It's going to take 1.3 hours, and it's at 32%. It's outputting 400 watts from this unit to this unit. That's very interesting. Now, it does say that you can combine the AC and the solar. So if we had a decent amount of solar, we could plug it up, and then it would be able to charge even faster with the two sources combined. On the back, there is a switch to toggle it to fast. It might actually trip the breakers in my apartment because these apartments aren't really set for that. We'll see. Oh, I heard clicking. Oh, it went to 0. I did it. I tripped the breakers. Oh no. I'll be back. I gotta reset my breakers. Okay, so yeah, it was definitely tripped. I had to turn it off, turn it back on. But it is charging once again. So I think that's another huge important thing is if it only just went full tilt, I actually wouldn't be able to charge this thing. But since I can customize that, I can set it to a safe, since it tried to do 14 something and that was like, nope, too much, then I'd say 1200 is a much safer option that's still very fast. And it's picking up here and it's going to go to the 1200. Anyways, I have to leave for work and I'm gonna let this thing fully charge up. I think it's exciting that I can set up some solar and plug it directly into this battery here, since this thing's only charging at 300 watts. And I can have this thing charge even faster without pulling any power from this unit. Alright, so I did have to try something. So I connected the XT60 from the car socket to this little portable station here. And it's currently producing 150 watts into the side of this unit using this thing. Alright, so I'm not going to make this too much longer. I just wanted to test a few different things. What I find interesting about this unit is how it does this battery. The way it takes this and puts the energy into here instead of directly using the energy from here. I'm not sure if every unit with expandable storage does that, because this is my first experience with a unit that has expandable storage. And then also it charges the battery in here and it uses a little bit that's left over to charge this one, so it doesn't like split it or charge it evenly. Like I said, it's my first experience with something of this, so I'm not sure if all of them are the same, but like a little thing here, what's that? It's dishing out 74 watts and it's inputting 66, so this battery is putting into this one. I've never used an Instant Pot. I should probably have my wife's supervision to make sure I'm not messing anything up. I've literally never used this. Let's see. How do you change it to high? Alright, so it just turned on and it's drawing 1000 watts. So I'm going to turn it off because, well, I don't even know how to do that besides just unplugging it. Alright, so I'm going to choose air fry and temperature 400. start. All right, so we're drawing 1500 watts. All right. So it's dishing out 1500 watts and it's inputting 700 from this battery right here. All right, you may not be able to see it, but now we're gonna go ahead and choose Steam. Give it a second and we'll see, because we're comfortably drawing 1500 watts for 1 hour. Now here's the weird math part, right? That's not 100% accurate, because that's 2.9 hours this battery will be depleted into this one. So now we are drawing 2455 watts. I really don't know the limits of this unit. I hope I'm not messing any of these things up by running them without anything in it. I'm not quite sure. But wow, that is 2453 watts. And we're inputting 1060 from this battery right here. That's actually kind of crazy. 1 hour, that's more than enough to fully cook something with 2 different things going if you didn't have any power. I adjusted the camera a little bit, so now you can see that the unit is right back there. It's on, so is this one. And 2444 watts. 1060 being inputted from this battery right here. We've got 1 hour left. 2 hours till this battery is depleted at this current output. So we're gonna go ahead and kill both of these things. No, let's see, let's push it, I'm gonna see what it's gonna take. So I'm gonna turn a toaster on. Yep, okay, the toaster was the final straw. You know, in the cartoon when they put the little leaf on the huge pile of weights and it breaks, this was it, this did it. Well, yeah, we were doing 2500 watts continuous. It had an hour on this battery and it had 2 hours on this battery. So the math isn't perfect, because so it was actually draining it way faster than it was able to input from this one. All right, so when you turn one off, it turns both off, so they are communicating with each other. And when you plug in the battery, it turns on both of them. All right, so it does its little animation, tests all the battery and everything. Let's turn on the AC. All right, so now we got the toaster on, and the toaster's drawing 800 watts, and a fan did kick on inside this unit. So something I want to test is, it says 1.5 hours. It's inputting, see, there we go. So now it's inputting, whoa, okay. So it's inputting substantially more battery, and it says 1.5 hours right now. So if we unplug this extra battery, does that number, oh, it recycled, okay, so I gotta turn it back on. Interesting. So this thing did not like the battery being unplugged from the main unit while it was currently doing things. So we'll turn it back on. It said 1.5 hours at 800 something watts. So we'll turn the AC back on. All right, so we turn the AC back on. Turn the toaster on. And yeah, so the hours is the same, 1.5. So whatever you're putting into this number is not representing. This number is representing at this current rate with this unit, we're going at 1.5 hours. But there's where the math gets a little bit tricky. Oh, the moment you even plug in the bottom port, it automatically, okay. So it does not like that at all. So we'll turn off the unit. It's communicating with both. It turned it off, turn it back on, turn the AC on. All right, now let's give it some time to figure out like how much energy it's gonna pull from the. All right, so 830 watts, which is what we're gonna get at an hour and a half, but we're inputting it, 600 watts. So like I said, the math isn't perfect. Don't just, if you have this extra battery here, do not look at this time and think, oh, I only have an hour and a half, because you actually have more than that. And in my time lapse, it shows that I was using this unit to power my entire setup. It's like my computer, my monitors, my internet, everything. It was using almost 700 watts, and it did that for a few hours. And it kept using like 600 to 700 watts from this unit, and then this was putting energy back into the battery. And so that number was not accurate the whole time. So right now we're only putting 370 watts into this thing, but we're using 825. So it's not able to put in as much as we're currently putting out. I don't know how many times I need to repeat myself. This is my first experience with an external battery. I do not know if most of them draw from this unit first and then draw from this, or if it draws from this at 800 watts and then it puts in 800 watts. I do not know how other units do this. This is my only sample I've ever had with an extended thing. And how this one works is it's outputting 826 watts and it's receiving a steady 372 from this unit. So then I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the toaster, and now we're not outputting anything, but this unit right here is putting battery back into this. So this unit is recharging right now, since we're no longer drawing any power, but it's doing it at a slow speed of just 30 watts. But it might also be the fact that this battery's at 93% and it's gonna wait for it to get lower before it starts putting in more to it. So this is not a long-term review. This is just me unboxing and showing a few examples and some demonstrations. In a power outage, where you're trying to power a refrigerator, mine uses 110 watts whenever the compressor's on, and then the compressor turns off, and then it's not using any energy. So in this situation, my fridge would draw 110 watts from this battery, and it would input some of that 110 watts back into here. And then when my compressor kicks off, and it's not drawing any power from this unit, this one's gonna slowly feed that power back into it. So like right now, it's going at 18 watts output. This is receiving 17 watts input. So my fridge stops using the compressor, it's gonna recycle the energy back into here. So this thing is super cool, and I'm excited to have this be my first experience with a extended battery setup, so that in the future, moving forward, I can compare how this one does things to how another unit does things, and see which one I like better. I will have a link to this in the description below. This was sent to me for free. I am not being paid to make this video. They just wanted me to do an unboxing and show you guys how it works. I mean, it's even got the USB-C ports for 30 watts, 100 watts, 100 watts. And the cool thing is this has it as well. So what I would do if I had a actual power outage is I would have my refrigerator and my deep freezer running on this unit right here with this battery plugged in. And then all of my electronics, like if I wanted to play on my Steam Deck or on my RG Ally X, I would plug it into here so that I'm drawing 100 watts of the battery in here and not 100 watts from the battery in here. Since this battery seems like more of a way to just keep this one going or topped off than it does handling the work, which obviously this has the inverter in it, so this can't do the inverting, but I would think that it would be able to supply more power to this battery so that technically it's using the energy from this one and waiting for this one to be dead before it uses this one. I don't know. That's all stuff we'll learn in the future as we test more of these units and compare them to each other, but it's got a little light. I didn't show that. So it's got basically two stages, two levels. We got low, we have high, and then we have a flashing, help me. I'm not gonna test all these power delivery ports because honestly, I would never use something this heavy and this massive just to plug in a phone unless I was during an actual power outage, but I would probably use power banks like this one right here that's currently powering my GoPro. Because it's small, it's portable, I can carry it around. I can't really carry this around. It's wherever it's at, it's gonna stay there, and there is no easy way to move this. It's too heavy for me to move it with both stacked together, and these don't lock, so this could easily just slide off the other one. So I have to unplug it and separate it. Then I can carry the top unit to wherever I need it to go, then carry the bottom unit to wherever I need it to go, and then connect them back up. So to me, it's not very portable because I have to disconnect it and set it back up, and it doesn't lock into place. The good thing is it's very easy to set up. You just move this unit, and then connect up the cable together, and you're good to go. All right, and now that we are currently done testing the output, I have it on custom mode. I currently have it set to 500 watts because this is an older apartment, and as you saw earlier, if I let this thing go to full tilt, it easily trips my breaker. And if my computer's doing anything that's drawing a lot of power, like up to 600 watts, this thing can't do 1,000 watts. Not a limitation of this unit, it's a limitation of my apartment and the way the breakers are 25 years old at least. So yeah, I have it set to 500 watt limit. So as you can see, 500 watts is going into this unit right here, and it's taking 180 of those and it's putting it into this unit down here. So this is inputting 180. So this will be charged in 0.4 hours, and this battery will be charged in 0.3 hours. When this battery is full, then all that energy will now go into this one. So it just kind of treats this one as the redheaded stepchild, yo. This one gets everything, and this gets the leftovers. This is like, if you've ever seen that movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger and I believe Danny DeVito, yeah, called Twins. It's called Twins. Yeah, one's Arnold and one's the little guy. So it's just interesting how it does it, but it's how it works, and it's what we got. And you know, the fact that you can update it with the app, the firmware on the unit, then that's something that could be adjusted later, but for now this is what we got. Okay, so the main unit is almost done charging. It's receiving the full 500 watts and it's outputting 250 still into this guy. So this guy says it's 100, but it's still inputting 250. Oh, gotta love it when it does that. I'll have a link to this thing in the description below if you want to purchase one of these for yourself. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. Please follow me on my social media accounts, which will be linked below. This is What Would Josh Do, and I'm out.